Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to say thanks for helping me hit 20K on that last Seer video. I was really hoping that it would make an impact on the community in some sort of way, and I'm kind of glad it gained some traction because it kind of helped push an update that was kind of needed for Edicts, so I'm kind of happy about that. But before we get into the video, I'm just gonna once again say this. I'm just gonna put a timestamp on the screen for anyone that would rather skip through the video. So if you're not into Seer or even just edicts in general, then this video definitely isn't going to be entertaining or useful at all for you. So let's get into it then. I recently did a lot of testing with the requirements, and I pretty much come up with the most specific requirements, I guess, for Seer that I could find. There may be a single hole here or two for the requirement to maybe be like cut a little bit or cut short, or maybe it needs a little bit more testing. But for the most part, this is pretty much the most efficient I can find it in my methods. So let's just get into the method. So on your screen will probably be the method that I proposed when I leaked Seer. Now, this is when Arc implied that the method got the job done, but the exacts had yet to be found, really. And boy, was he pretty much right. This edict is much more easier than it seems. So here's like the actual specific requirements that I've been able to find. For the most part, it's pretty much just doing orderly quests with side quests, along with like the retrievables in Gaia and two side quests in C4 Sheep and Kai, along with the day requirement and an Uber title. Besides that, that's pretty much it. This method is extremely easy. You can literally do this all by like day 3, maybe just AFK in the corner of a map to reach the day requirement, and there you go. When it comes to the details, I'm not 100% quite sure about every single specific thing, which is what exactly needed. Maybe one or two things could be changed, but I don't know. You just have to test around with it, play around. Just a small thing. I know someone who actually did this, and didn't. He did almost all of this, but he didn't do Dragon Speech, and he didn't get the Edict. So it's entirely possible you may actually need it, even if it's a cast random passive. Another thing is the day requirement. This one's a little bit fun because I've tested it a few times, and I tried it with day 10 and I didn't get it, but I tried it with day 12 and I got it. So it's either more than 10 days, or I'm assuming because there's a year reference in the edict book, I want to say reference that to like months and you get 12 months, so 12 days. But it could be anything at that point. And just another thing, I definitely can confirm that you don't need max Uber. You can just get the Uber title, and you should be fine. So for tips and tricks, right off the bat, I'm just gonna save a lot of people some time here when attempting this edict. Um, when doing the Kai delivery quest, make sure to go back to the original quest giver after delivering his letter. It doesn't actually count as completing the quest until you go back to the original quest giver. Because of this one thing alone, I know a lot of people who actually didn't get the edict, and I even didn't get it one time because of it, and it messed up some of my progressions. Just remember to complete that quest. A lot of people forget about that one. Another thing is like when attempting like the C4 sheep, make sure to get like both the diffusal and the explosion text. Just get both whether it's needed or not. I just know most people who don't even touch C4 sheep don't get it at all. So just just to be safe. Another thing here is you don't need obelisks. Just to mention them. You don't need to touch them at all. I confirm that. So another big hint here I kind of wanted to give for this, which makes it a lot faster, which will probably get a patch though, is that you can actually gain days in purgatory. So even if you sit there where after being wiped, you actually do gain the days that you just sit in there for. So like I know I have done it where I've progressed all the requirements, got everything by day 3, and I just wiped right away on the spot, and I had like 3 days, and then I just sat in purgatory for like 9 hours, and I got it on what, and then I like talked to Yalda on day 12, and went in and it progressed. So I don't think it really matters too much. It might be more of a day requirement in staying in one place than the other, like Guy and Kai. Or maybe it's a total of all hours. No, I don't know. You've still got to play around with it, but as much as it is AFKing and Purgatory being a glitch or not, it's been in the game for a while. But if this gets it patched, I think it'll be kind of stupid in a sense because edicts are something meant to be like hunted. and progressed, I guess, in a sense, and not really just like AFK, like AFKing in a corner and twiddling your fingers in a corner for like 10 days, like 10 hours. Like that's not really hunting at that point. I don't know. It kind of holds it back. So I kind of hope this stays in the game just to balance out that in a sense, I guess. So here's just like a small list of what I personally follow when I progress the edict. It's pretty much the exact method so I follow, so maybe it's just helpful for anyone or useful to anyone to like use it. Just to put it out there. This was supposed to be a live reaction to analysis into Seer, but the audio corrupted, so I have to re-record all the audio over the original recording. So I hope it's decent enough. I'm definitely not gonna have the same reaction because I was kind of psyched out at first because I'd never actually progressed to get analysis. Um, Another person in my house progressed to get this analysis, and he's just allowing me to borrow his account for the showcase. So shout outs to Plaskow. Um, he, according to him, has is on his 12th or 13th progression of wiping. From what he's told me, and he's on day 11 right now. You can see here that he is indeed a seer on the screen. Um, but he has 12 or 13 wipes on day 11, but he only has analysis here. No other moves, no intent. And you can see here I'm using it on my healer, which I did recently just get. I made an agreement that once I got healer, I would give my seer specifics. So here's me just using analysis now. It's a little confusing at first if you don't get it, but it's actually very simple. You can just click on someone, and it has almost no cooldown. And what it does is it shows on the top, it shows its alignment, and on the bottom is the weapon experience. So you can see here that it's 3 ticks of orderly, and at the bottom it's 5 ticks of dagger XP. And see here for chaotic, it's 1 tick of chaotic and 5 ticks of sword XP. Sword XP or any weapon XP always caps at 5. But for some reason, chaotic apparently only sees 1 mark or can see different marks for different sets of values. From what I've understood, I don't have it. I would test more if I did have the edict or analysis progressed, but I don't. But you can see here that the orderly symbols are different. There's 3 orderly symbols, but only 1 chaotic here. So I'm guessing chaotic is balanced a little bit differently with this. But I've heard that chaotic usually you only see 1 or 2, and for orderly usually only you can see up to like 4 or 5. Um, but that's pretty much analysis. It just shows you their alignment and their weapon XP, and that's pretty much it. Um, it has next to no cooldown, and it makes a nice little tick in-game sound, but I guess I can't really record it or play it because it was corrupted, which is unfortunate. But it has almost the exact same sound as learning a spell or learning anything in the game. But another small thing is it kind of gives a little bit of ESP in a sense. It's not good. It's very scuffed and rigged. You have to click them. You have to have a path line of them, and then it can kind of show. It's not good, but it's something just to point out there. But that's pretty much all Seer has at the moment. From what I'm aware of, he's gonna keep progressing this edict and keep going with it and seeing if he can unlock any more moves. There has been talk about the move intent, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet, and he's pretty high up in his progressions and his days. But I haven't seen any of the moves, but he'll let me know if there's any other moves. If there is any other ones, I'll do like small clip it videos just to show it exists. But that's pretty much it for just like the showcase of it. I'm just gonna like point out a hint here at like healer. I was kind of thinking of I want to make it like a healer video, maybe like a Q&A. So I was thinking of continuing to progress it, and when I get Madiri, I was maybe thinking of doing a Q&A somewhere in that video, something related to that video, or in a sense when I do a little Madiri showcase or something with healer, and then maybe I'll give 1 or 2 hints of in a sense like that, or I'll leak a step or something like that. I want to do a video with healer in some sort of way, but I'm not gonna do a big leak like what I did for Seer because I feel like Seer is the free handout edict. It's been put out there, but I feel like this one needs to be earned with all the stuff you need to do for it. I feel like it needs to be kind of figured out and earned. I don't want this to be the common man's edict because this could ruin the game in a sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe if this video gets a certain amount of likes or views or whatever, or just good positive feedback, whatever, put some comments in the chat. What do you think of the seer specifics, or like what do you think of healer? Because I kind of want to answer some questions on the healer edict, and I kind of want to go into it more on like a video or two because I think it's pretty cool. I'm just progressing it now. I haven't progressed it at all, but hopefully we'll get Midori soon. And as soon as I get, it, I'll do a video right away just to show that because I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. Yeah, thanks for just showing any support, and yeah,